Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Pokemon Soul Silver. This is episode number 7, and today we will be going and getting our second gym badge against Bugsy, who is, I would say his gym is like decently, it's decently challenging for what it is. I definitely need to go and do some off-screen training. Maybe, because we don't have a Saturday episode, it will likely be off-screen, but I do almost want to have like a training montage episode, especially because, as I said in the previous episodes, we have just hit 50 subscribers on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, which to me is a huge deal. So maybe that'll be like our 50 subscriber special this weekend if I have the opportunity to go out and film anything this weekend. Maybe that's something we will consider doing, but yeah, for now, let's make our way through the gym. I don't think it's going to be an ultra hard gym, but I do think there is going to be some challenges towards the end of it. I really wanted Hooter, Soda Pop there. I really wanted Hooter to carry our way through the gym, and he does. He does for the majority of the game. I'll give him that. But when it approaches like the actual end of this gym, Hooter ends up struggling big time, and I guess I'll share my experiences there because it's pretty interesting to me, and it was really unexpected, but when we cross that bridge, I'll go over it. But Hooter does get a ton of good EXP in this episode, which is really nice to see for Hooter. He has been really picking up the slack this episode. You know, I think he's going to put in a good chunk of the work that needs to get done. And for me, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. You know, that we have a Pokemon out there that can really do what needs to be done consistently. And like I said, through this gym, with the Weedles and everything else like that, I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of poison happening in this episode, which kind of stinks, but at the same point in time, it is what it is. And I do apologize that this episode is going to be particularly short. I'm sure some of you out there will actually really love that. Others, maybe not so much, but what I really want to do at this point in the Let's Play series is start to get some of these episodes down to like a manageable point. So I think having a shorter episode like this every once in a blue moon isn't really going to hurt us. And there is, as you can see through these puzzles, you could avoid a lot of these trainers. Because I'm me, obviously I want to get into every single trainer battle that we possibly can, because that to me makes the most sense at this point in time. I really like involving myself in all the trainers and making sure that we battle everybody leading up to the gym leader, so that way we know we have more than enough experience going into the gym battle. I've stressed that before, but yeah, we're not going to be strategic at all when it comes to battling trainers. We could have skipped that guy entirely. I don't think we could skip this second one here, and we can't skip the third one for sure, but we could have skipped that one guy. Does it make a big difference? No, we had to use an antidote. That was about it. And there's another Weedle up here, so we're likely going to need to use another antidote as well. Oh, he's only level 7. So actually Hooter will be able to deal with him pretty easily. I really want him to evolve, mainly for like the Pokedex. Like outside of everything else, I've never had a Noctowl on my team ever, and I think that'd be a cool Pokemon to have. I don't plan on keeping him full time. I do have a replacement lined up for him that has dual purposes, flying in another type, which I think is going to help us a lot more in the end game. But I do think it is worthwhile training Hooter up here and getting him to be the best Pokemon he could be. Mainly, there's a couple reasons. I would say one, you know, it's kind of cool to always level up that Route 1 bird and get it to where you want it to be. And I would say number 2, I mean, he's a night owl, just like myself. So it's a really cool connection there that I actually, like, I've always liked Noctowl as a Pokemon. I just feel like it wasn't given the right typing in this generation. Like, I think Noctowl is still considered not to date, but I think in this generation it is a normal flying type Pokemon, and I think it should be dark flying type. That's always been my take on it. I'm actually going to search that up as I say it, just so I can confirm, but I think that is correct. Let's see, what typing is Noctowl? Yeah, normal and flying. It really looks like it should be dark and flying. That's just my hot take. And if it was dark and flying, it might stay with us till the end of the game, but it's not. And it stinks that it's like that. Because everything about its design screams that it should be like that. You know what I mean? And there I actually worked my way into an additional trainer battle by hitting the blue switch prematurely. I thought I was going to do myself some favors there. I did not. Not a huge deal. Like I said, I like to battle all these trainers anyways and get as much EXP as we can. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter much. I'm going to use Peck. At first I thought Paris, for some reason, was a ground bug type Pokemon that wasn't going to be effective, but it's super effective. I think that comes from like the predisposition of playing Gen 1 so much. Like normally when you find Paris, you find him in the first cave after you beat Brock. So I always sort of thought, because you find him in a cave, not in a grassy area, that he would end up being the Pokemon type of Bug and Rock, but that's not the case. But here I actually think this is going to be our first double battle of the series. So this is a cool little bit of things going on. We're going to have our first double battle. And luckily for us, Spinarak is going to be really weak to Hooter here. And I think, I can't say the other Pokemon's name, but it looks like a flying type. And I think we're going to be able to knock it out of this world and one-hit it with a simple Thunder Shock. The little beetle guy. Or a ladybug-looking guy. I know Spinarak is a really cool Pokemon and turns into like a really bulky Pokemon. I think I've shared before on this Let's Play, I for sure want to have a Heracross on the team. That's going to be like my bug type, and it's going to overlap because the bug fighting type is a really good mix in this generation, and anytime I've had Heracross on the team has been ungodly. He outperforms everybody, like across the board. He has his weaknesses, but he does really well. And I think with that being said, yeah, it's no doubt he'll be on the team. He is a pain in the neck to get. If you've ever played through this generation, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Because in order to get him, we're going to have to headbutt a bunch of trees for multiple hours until we can find him. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And now here I'm going to waste a potion, I believe. Because I want Hooter to be 100% full of health by the time we walk into this next battle. I know that is a bit of a waste, because it was only 4 HP that we're replacing, but I want everybody to be at their tip-top shape moving into this final battle. So here we go. We're going up against Bugsy. And as a fun fact, if you didn't know, all the Gen 2 gym-type leaders are not going to be repeats from the first game. That is their gimmick. But he starts out with Scyther, which is oddly the only Pokemon that Hooter likely cannot deal with, which kind of sucks. So you're going to use Peck. It's going to say it's super effective, but it's super effective against Scyther's Bug type. It is not super effective against Scyther's Flying type. So Scyther actually has some resistances here, and it's going to cause us... I mean, I'm just going to keep going for Hypnosis, but we're obviously going to lose Hooter. Like, it's... yeah, that's a no-brainer. It's going to happen. It stinks. But let's send in Zapperman, because he has the Flying type. We can use some Thunder abilities here and knock him out of this world. But it's odd that he comes out with his Ace like that. Like, you know, in previous games, they save their Ace for the last. And you'll see, like, there we go, we defeated Scyther, which is a good Pokemon. And Zapperman got a ton of EXP out of that. levels up, and I think he almost levels up again. Yep, pretty damn close. But then he's sending out like Metapod, and it's like, okay, but why didn't you start with Metapod? Because obviously Metapod isn't your strongest Pokemon. I mean, I'm gonna send out a water type, which isn't weak to the bug type, but there's really not a whole lot of overlap here. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but like the water type is never gonna like beat out the bug type, and the bug type is never gonna beat out the water type. It's just sort of like who has the better power dealing move. So it's like, why did you start out with Scyther? Like, what is the motivation behind starting out with your strongest type Pokemon there? And I decided to use Water Gun, thinking that the special attack bonus is going to get us a little bit more hit, and it does, which is very nice. But yeah, this whole battle becomes very bizarre with these last Pokemon, because yeah, it's going to send out Kakuna as well, which is like, I get it, but why did you start with Scyther, my guy? Scyther should have been like your end game Pokemon, like, oh shit, he beat the last two, let's send out Scyther now. It doesn't make sense. I guess is what I'm trying to get to. It was very puzzling for me as to why he went down that route. But he does, and it is what it is. But with that being said here, ladies and gentlemen, we got our second gym badge. We are proudly holding up there. I wish Hooter was a bigger part of the final battle, but he did well throughout the whole gym, so we're not gonna knock him just yet. And it's a while before we get the Pokemon that's gonna replace him, if I'm gonna be brutally honest. So we likely will see his evolution. Wink, 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 wink. Cough, cough, cough. But that's it for this episode. If you liked this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. There's the motorcycle as always. It's on cue. It is disturbing the video as always. It wouldn't be an Average Joe episode without it. But I hope you liked this episode, folks. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff greatly motivates myself to make videos just like this in the near future and moving forward. We'll be playing this series here on Tuesdays and Thursdays and occasionally Saturdays. And we'll be playing Kingdom Hearts 2 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday moving forward, with this week being a special occasion. It will be coming out Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday because I had some overlapping priorities that came up over the weekend. Regardless, we'll have 3 episodes of that every week. I could see that being a problem in the future. If it is, my general promise to the channel here is we'll have about 2 episodes of this every week and about 3 episodes of Kingdom Hearts 2 every week moving forward until we finish those games. And then if there's some overlap, we'll deal with it when the months come up. I can deal with 1 to 2 weeks, but after that we really have to start planning because things need to move according to the schedule that I've laid out. But with that being said, I hope you all had a snazzy start to your week. It is now Thursday, so we are almost there, almost to Friday. I hope you all finish up the week strong. Have a snazzy end to your week, and we will see y'all here on the next one. Until next time, everybody, peace out, Girl Scout, and yeah, we'll see you back here tomorrow for Kingdom Hearts 2, or back here on Tuesday for another fantastic episode of this series.